That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sullivan! Quiet, quiet, my millions of adoring fans. I mean, tens of fans. I mean, one fan. That's right, I'm back, baby. It's chapter 6. We're working on writing linear equations in slope-intercept form, okay? This is a great chapter to follow up with what Mr. Bruss did in chapter 5 because it flows really well, all right? We're essentially going to do the backwards of what he did, all right? So let's take a look here, what we got. Right now we have a situation. Mr. Bruss talks a metric ton in his videos. Don't you know it, Jack? The other Algebros are trying to convince him to cut them back. His first video was 27 minutes long, but he says he'll cut back 2 minutes each video. So this should look familiar because Mr. Bruss did these a ton in chapter 5. Let's take a look here. We have a label. We have two things that are changing, right? We have, let's see, minutes, right? We have, and what else is changing in this situation? Oh, videos, right? Each video. All right. So over here, the videos are going to determine everything. So they are independent. All right. And we'll label those videos. All right. The next thing we have is time. And in this situation, it's minutes. So his very first video was how long? 27 minutes. All right, now after the first video, he said he's going to cut it back 2 minutes, so we're going to subtract. That's going to be 25 minutes. Subtract again, and we get 23. Subtract again, and we get 21. So let's go over here and graph this. 0, we go up to 27, which is about right here. All right. And then we have 1 is at 25. I made this graph a little bit bigger than you normally would, but reason is I wanted to use most of it, all right? Number 2, after 2 videos, he'd be at 23 minutes. All right, you can see he's not really cutting back a whole lot, is he? And then on this third video, he'd be up here at 21 minutes. All right, so there is our graph, right? And we graphed lines last time. All right, so we need to write a rule. Now remember our rule, y equals mx plus b. All right, m stands for our slope, our rate of change. Oh, let's go fill that in. Well, what is our rate of change? Well, let's see here. Every one video, it goes down 2. So remember, rate of change is a fraction, change in y over the change in x. Negative 2 divided by 1 is negative 2. A lot of you are real bad at just leaving that 1. You need to get rid of it. Simplify it. All right? And then remember our mx plus b. B is our y-axis. Our y-intercept. Where's it across the y-axis? Right here at 27. All right, so if we plug these in now, we have our equation. Y equals negative 2x plus 27. And right there you see, we just did Mr. Bruss stuff backwards. Usually he gave us an equation, we filled in the table and graphed it. Now we got a situation, table, graph, equation. All right, everything else is exactly the same. This is the formula we're using, y equals mx plus b. That's the biggie, all right? Here's the steps. Step number 1, you're always going to do this first, find the slope. Sometimes it's going to be on a graph. Sometimes it's going to be, we're going to have to use the formula. Remember our slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, sometimes we're going to have to use that. Once we find our slope, we're going to have to find the y-intercept. If it's on a graph, that's where we cross the x-axis. If we have points, it's any point where x equals 0. So 0b. Last one we had was 0, 27. So I knew that was the initial path. We're going to plug it in, and then we're done, all right? This is the formula we're going to use to make ourselves successful. So let's take a look. All right, here we go. We have, what's the equation of this line? Slope is 4, y-intercept, so this is m. This is b. Plug it into y equals mx plus b. Just sorry about that. So m is 4x plus my b, negative 6. All right, let's show it. Now we can graph it, right? So I start at negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. Go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. See how I can do when I graph my line. Boom! That's pretty good. All right, let's try another one. All right, what's the equation of this line? All right, what are the two things we need when we're solving this? Well, here's our formula, y equals mx plus b. Ramstein, anybody know over there? What's the first thing? Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Johnny. M, we need a slope. All right, how about bomb holder? Jill, great. B, we need a B. Perfect. We need that initial value. So let's take a look on our graph. Our slope, remember, that's the change in y over the change in x. So let's see, what do I go up? 1, 2. So my slope is 2 over 1, 2, 3. So my slope is 2/3. So in my equation, y equals 2/3 x. My b is my y-intercept. Where does it cross the y-axis? Boom, right here. That's -1, so -1. Could I have also written 2/3 x plus -1? Sure can. No problem. Same exact thing. All right? So let's take a look at the next one. What's the equation of a line that passes through the following 2 points? -3, 1, and 0, -8. So let's talk, first thing, what do I need? I need this equation, y equals mx plus b. All right? K-Town, what do I need? Thank you, Zach. I need an M. Perfect. All right, Ramstein? Ramstein. And fine. Bomb holder? Thank you. I need a B. Good. All right, so let's put that in here. First of all, I don't have a slope. I can use my slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Plug it in. -8 minus 1, 0, minus -3. If you need help on that, go back to Mr. Buck's lecture on slope in chapter 4. -8 minus 1 is -9. 0 minus -3 is a +3. -9 divided by 3 is -3. So now I have my m. I'm going to plug it in. Y equals -3x. Okay. All right, so let's take a look. Our b value. Remember, our b value is whenever the x equals 0, it's our y value. So here it is, -8. So y equals -3x minus 8. Very good. Ooh, that looks funny. That's just function notation, all right? Function notation is funny looking. No problem. We can still do it. First thing I'm going to do is convert these to points. Remember, this is usually f of x equals y. So this point, x is 0, y is -2. And then this point, x is 4, y is -3. And then everything's the same. We need to find our slope. So y2, -3 minus -2. x2 minus x1. -3 minus -2 is -1. 4 minus 1 is 4, so our slope's -1/4. Plug it in, y equals mx plus b. So y equals -1/4 x plus my b. I find when x is 0, my b is -2, so -2. You guys are rocking it. Let's raise it up a notch. Oh, word problem application. Extending our knowledge. We love it. So let's see. The initial fee to have a website set up using a server is $48. Initial fee. Initial fee. That's our B. That's our starting value. 48. It costs $44 per month to maintain the that's a rate. That rate of change is slope. 44. Plug it in. Plug it in. Plug it in. Y equals mx plus b. So y equals 44x plus 48. There we have an equation. The nice thing about having that equation, now we can find out whatever we want with it. In part B, it says find the total cost of setting up and maintaining the website for 6 months. So x was the per month, so instead of x, we're going to put 6. That's right. 44 times 6. plus 48. All right, so y equals, let's see, 44 times 6. Alex from Ramstein, what is it? That's right, 264, very good. Petey, what do you got? What is 264 plus 48, Petey? Thank you, 312. So, in 6 months, it will have cost $312. Excellent. You know the drill. Pause the video. Try them. Go. Great. I know some of you have been cheating. I walk around all my classes. You guys aren't pausing it all the time. You're only hurting yourself. Look, it's your education. It's your future. You want to try these and learn from your mistakes. That's what it's all about, all right? So here we go. We have a graph. We need a slope. We need an intercept. So my intercept is right here. That's 1. So plus 1. Now my slope. My change in y is 1, 2, down 2. My change in x, 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 2 over 4, that's the same thing as negative 1/2. Negative 1/2 x plus 1. All right? Alrighty. Let's try this one. We don't have the slope. So we're doing y2, 13, minus y1, 4. x2, 6, minus x1, 0. 13 minus 4 is 9 over 6. Math fracket if you don't know, but we need to reduce that. That reduces down to 3/2. All right? Let's see, what's our intercept? Whenever x is 0, the y value is 4 here. So y equals 3/2 x plus 4. There you have it. This is just the start of a great chapter. I think you're going to like it a lot. The reason you're going to like it a lot is it builds on this, okay? So if you're struggling with this, you really need to pay attention. Maybe watch a video again. I found a clip of a few people who were asked, why should we study math? And should we study math? I know what you guys are probably thinking. Half of you think no. See if you agree with what they do. Good luck on the mastery check.
Math? No. I do not believe in math, and I don't think we should encourage it.
Oh, okay, this is a really hard one. There are really two sides to this story. On the one hand, you have math, and then on the other hand, you have, like, non-math.
All 7-year-olds should have the right to decide for themselves if math is scientific fact.
Math is a theory, and it's not at all what the Bible tells us.
We live in America, not Russia.
Just a little bit. Adding, not times.
I think that people should try to be as knowledgeable as they can. I think they need to get learned so that, they can make a choice about all of the world things.
Children have the right to learn anything they want to learn. Alchemy, Scientology, gymnastics.
You really don't know what the square root of 16 is. No one does.
Aliens, how to just make basic mixed drinks.
Yes, it's math. I'm sorry, is this a joke?
Creationism, whatever those Heaven's Gate people believed. Oh, and math.
There are numbers everywhere. On phones, on houses, on microwaves.
Numbers are great, but they should also learn colors, smells, vibrations. Math should just be left out of the equation. Not the equation like in a math sense, just like, equation, right? So, because I don't believe in math.
Not to women.
I guess if other people want to learn math, they should be able to. But then they'll be the type of people who know math.